What's up guys, my name's Brandon, and today Apple released a new firmware update for the AirPods 2 and the AirPods Pro. So this is the first update for these AirPods since last September, which brought us the 3A283 update, which added spatial audio and automatic switching. Now we did also have an update to the AirPods Max last month, which fixed the extreme battery drain issue that I and many others have been facing since they were released. So these AirPods updates are pretty spaced out, and that's probably because we just don't have too many issues or bugs going on, and we don't really get too many new features over time with the AirPods like we do with, say, an iPhone and iOS. But today, Apple did release the new 3E751 firmware update for the AirPods Pro, and of course the AirPods second generation. So in this video, we're going to be talking about what's new and kind of just some issues that people have been having over time, and if they've been fixed in this update or not. So unlike iOS or macOS, Apple does not give us a changelog or tell us what has changed in AirPods updates. So they also don't even allow us to manually install updates to our AirPods. It all just happens automatically and in the background. So to do this, you just want to go into the settings of your iPhone right here, then go to Bluetooth. You want to make sure that your AirPods Pro are connected. Then you just want to tap on the little I right there, then go all the way down to the bottom and you will see version. So that's going to show you the firmware version that your AirPods are currently on. And you can see that is the latest firmware version right there, 3E751. Now, if you look at that and it shows a different number like the 3A283, which is the previous firmware update before this, that means you need to update your AirPods. So to do this, all you need to do is, of course, make sure your AirPods are connected to your phone right here. You want to make sure that the AirPods are both in the case. You want to plug the AirPods into a power source so that they are charging. And then once you do that, just close the AirPods case right there. Just leave them right beside your iPhone and they will eventually just update automatically in the background. So the key is just to have your AirPods plugged in to be charging while they're connected to your iPhone, which of course is connected to Wi-Fi, and they will just update on their own. I would wait maybe 10 minutes and that should be enough time for them to go ahead and update and install. So now that you're on the latest version, you probably won't notice any visual changes or any additional new features in this update. So you can go through all the settings and every single thing is the same in here. Now you can also, by the way, I forgot to mention this earlier, tap on the version number right there and it will show the case firmware version as well, which also has been updated to 1.0.8. But aside from that, really when you go throughout here, you're not going to notice anything else new in this update. However, you might find that some of your pre-existing issues have been solved in this update because Apple doesn't push out AirPods updates very often. Again, the last time we had one was back in September. So it's been many months and Apple doesn't just push these out for no reason. They are definitely fixing bugs when they push out a new firmware update for the AirPods. And since Apple does not give us release notes for AirPods updates, we could look at the latest iOS and macOS updates, their release notes, because they both include two fixes for the AirPods. So as you can see here, it says AirPods audio routing to incorrect device for automatic switching. So that was a bug that has been fixed. And then another bug was AirPods automatic switching notifications might be missing or duplicated. That has also been fixed. So if you were having either of those two issues and they were not fixed earlier in the week with iOS 14.5 and macOS Big Sur 11.3, then this firmware update for the AirPods could very well fix those issues. And speaking of the automatic switching feature, that is the main issue I've been having with my AirPods Pro when it comes to using them with my M1 MacBook Pro and my M1 Mac Mini. Now, when I take my AirPods out of the case and put them in my ears, my Mac does recognize them and it will either connect automatically or, prompt me to connect to my Mac just fine. There's no issue there. The issue is when I go back and forth from my iPhone to my Mac. When I play music on my iPhone, then I want to play music on my Mac. When I switch back and forth, that's when I have the issue. So like, for example, if I'm playing a YouTube video on my phone and my AirPods are in my ears, and then I go to my computer to play music, my AirPods will almost never connect back to my Mac when I start playing audio. So it's really frustrating because this works perfectly fine with my AirPods Max, and that's yet another reason I use them much more than my AirPods Pros. But it seems to be an issue only with the AirPods 2 and the AirPods Pro. So it's pretty annoying. So hopefully a future AirPods firmware update or a macOS update fixes this. Now, I will say that at least this update and macOS 11.3 did fix the AirPods nearby alert popping up every time, even if you were actively listening to music on another device. So thankfully now you won't get that alert on your Mac if you're listening to music somewhere else. It doesn't just sit there and stay there at the top of your Mac. Now, another issue that some AirPods Pro users have been dealing with is a hiss noise when using active noise cancellation. Now, apparently this latest update did fix that issue for some users. So if you were having like a hiss noise or just any other abnormal sound when using ANC, you could see a fix here in this latest firmware update. Now, as for my experience with noise cancellation, it still does not seem as strong as it was in the very beginning years ago, but I'm not sure it's ever going to go back to that. I mean, just going from the previous update though to this one, I cannot tell a difference in noise cancellation or transparency mode. They both seem the same to me. I even had these in on the street riding my bike like I do. You know, my initial test with the AirPods Pro, I did that, and then I did it again today, and I could not tell a difference from the previous firmware version to this firmware version when it comes to transparency mode and noise cancellation. So I know people are always asking if those have been improved, and unfortunately they have not in this update. So anyways, guys, yeah, this new firmware update for the AirPods 2 and the AirPods Pro appears to be simply a bug fix update. No added features or anything like that. In my 4 to 5 hours of testing, you know, I haven't been able to tell a difference in audio quality or noise cancellation either. So just seems to be some fixes for the automatic switching and then also for the hiss noise when it comes to, you know, if you had that issue when having noise cancellation turned on with your AirPods Pro. But of course, if you find anything new or have a better or worse experience after installing this version on your AirPods 2 or AirPods Pro, let me know in a comment down below, or of course over on Twitter. But yeah, guys, I like to bring you guys these update videos no matter how big or large they are. Obviously, there wasn't a ton to show today, but I did just want to, you know, keep you informed that a new firmware update is out and to be on the lookout for changes, and you may actually see some of your pre-existing bugs fixed in this update as well. Also, make sure you are updated to 14.5 and macOS Big Sur 11.3 as well to get, you know, the most out of this firmware update as well, because you also need everything else to be updated to possibly fix some issues you could have been facing. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up. And of course, make sure you subscribe for more AirPods firmware update videos and much, much more here on the channel. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.